In this world, there are creatures that dwell in the darkness, preying on the living. They feed on human fear and despair, growing stronger the deeper your shadow falls. To fight these monsters, humanity's last hope lies with those who can see the darkness, a gift and a curse known as the Third Eye. It's me. Welcome to episode 1 of Shattered Veil, a collaborative supernatural thriller series where every decision matters. And tonight, we're premiering the first episode, The Girl Who Saw Through Shadows. Let's begin. The rain pours down a dark alley, reflecting the neon lights of the city above. A lone man runs through the puddles, his breath misting in the cold air. He's being chased, the source of his terror just beyond his sight. Suddenly, he stumbles and falls, twisting his ankle. As he cries out in pain, a guttural screech echoes around them. Emerging from the shadows is a grotesque creature with a gaping maw filled with razor-sharp teeth. Its eyes glow an eerie green as it lunges forward, sinking its claws into the man's face. He screams as his life force is drained away, leaving behind only an empty shell. The creature feasts on its prey until it, too, is satiated, vanishing back into the darkness as quickly as it came. Rin kneels beside the body, her face pale with revulsion, yet her eyes are filled with understanding. She gently closes the dead man's eyes, muttering words of comfort. Having dealt with creatures like this for years, she knows their presence precedes them, a darkness that seeps into one's soul and crushes the light within. Yet, despite the macabre scene before her, a small smile touches her lips. For while most people live in blissful ignorance, she sees clearly, and with this clarity comes purpose. Rising, she turns towards the apothecary, her home and refuge. The shop bell chimes as she enters, the scent of herbs and spices enveloping her like a warm embrace. Tonight, however, that tranquility will be short-lived. As the first rays of sunlight peek through the clouds, Rin opens up her apothecary, ready to tend to the day's customers. Her shop, tucked away on a quiet street corner, might seem unassuming from the outside, but within its walls lie secrets that could save or end lives. Mortar and pestle sit ready beside an array of jars filled with strange concoctions and dried ingredients. Each has its purpose, each holds a story. Some remedies soothe the body, while others unlock the mind's hidden potential. But Rin's true treasures are the ones that banish the shadows, the ones that drive back the darkness that threatens to consume her world. While her loyal cat, Bramble, curls up on a shelf, watching the world go by, Rin finds solace in the rhythm of her work. It's not just a shop, it's her sanctuary, a place where she can be herself, where she can use her unique gift without fear of being misunderstood. Suddenly, the bell above the door chimes, pulling Rin from her thoughts. A young woman enters, her face etched with worry. "I heard you might be able to help," she says, her voice barely a whisper. "My grandmother is ill. The doctors can't figure out what's wrong. She's fading away." Rin's gaze is filled with sympathy. "Bring her in," she says softly, motioning to a chair. As the girl leaves, Rin moves to a table, preparing a soothing tea. She knows the struggle of feeling helpless, of watching a loved one fade away when conventional medicine offers no answers. It's part of the reason she's dedicated her life to her craft, to bridging the gap between the seen and unseen, between life and death. But even as she tends to the brewing tea, she senses a darkness gathering outside the shop, something sinister lurking just beyond her sight. A shiver runs down her spine. She knows this feeling, the harbinger of nightmares made flesh, a Veilborn. Outside, the sky is overcast, the perfect cover for the creature's approach. It slithers through the shadows, drawn to the warmth and life that emanate from the apothecary. He's in the police archives, a labyrinth of aging documents that hold the memories of countless cases. His gaze lingers on one file in particular, the one containing the details of his missing sister's case. 6 years have passed since that fateful day. 6 long years of unanswered questions and gnawing uncertainty. But Kaien refuses to give up. He's determined to find his sister, no matter how dark the truth may be. Suddenly, a voice breaks through his concentration. Looking for something, detective. Kaien turns to find his superior, his face a mixture of skepticism and weariness. "Just catching up on old cases, sir," he replies, his tone respectful but firm. He knows his boss doesn't understand his obsession with the past, but he doesn't need his approval. This isn't about duty or accolades, it's personal. As Kaien continues his search, he feels a surge of determination. He may not have all the answers, but he's not giving up. The faintest lead, the smallest clue, could be the key to unraveling the mystery of his sister's disappearance. But as the minutes tick by, the hope in his eyes dims. The files grow older, the leads grow colder, and the specter of his sister's lost smile looms larger. Yet, he refuses to be defeated. Unbeknownst to him, the Veilborn has finally found its way inside the shop. It slithers closer to Rin, its baleful eyes fixed on her. With each step it takes, the room grows colder, the shadows deepening around them. Rin senses the shift in the air, the encroaching chill that signals danger. She looks up, her gaze sharp and alert, searching for the source of the disturbance. Something is here, something evil, and she must be ready to defend herself. As the Veilborn lunges, Rin reacts instinctively. She throws a handful of powder from a nearby jar, a potent mix of herbs and minerals designed to repel such creatures. The powder erupts in a cloud, momentarily blinding the victim. Panting, Rin slowly lowers her hands. Her heart pounds against her ribs, echoing the wild drumbeat of her courage. But her moment of triumph is short-lived. She knows this creature won't give up easily. It's merely biding its time, waiting for another opportunity to strike. And, as if on cue, the window behind her crashes to the ground, shards scattering across the floor like fallen stars. The Veilborn shrieks and recoils, its form flickering wildly as it desperately tries to solidify itself. Kaien stands in the doorway, his trench coat billowing behind him like a dark cape. In his hand, he holds a revolver, smoke curling from its barrel. Its engravings catch the light, revealing intricate patterns that seem to hum with power. "Get behind me," he says, his voice low and steady. With a flick of his wrist, he fires again. The shot hits its mark, sending the Veilborn reeling. It lets out a final screech, its form becoming increasingly transparent. Then, with a final shudder, it vanishes, leaving behind only a wisp of smoke and the lingering stench of decay. Kaien turns to Rin, his gaze intense. "Are you all right?" he asks, his tone leaving no room for answer. Rin nods, still shaken but unharmed. She rises slowly, her eyes fixed on Kaien and the gun in his hand. She knows who he is, what he represents, and she also knows that their paths have intertwined for a reason. They stand there for a moment, two warriors poised on the edge of battle, united by a common foe, yet wary of each other's secrets. Finally, Kaien speaks, his voice echoing the tension in the room. "We need to talk," he says, his eyes boring into hers. And so begins their tense partnership, forged in the fires of a world where shadows dance with danger, and where the line between darkness and light is thinner than they ever imagined. What will their partnership bring? Will they face their growing feelings for each other, or will their differences tear them apart? And what other mysteries lie in wait, shrouded in the city's ever-deepening shadows? Their journey continues in episode 2, where your decisions will shape their fate. So make sure to tune in next week to continue their story. Until then, let the shadows play their game, for we are the hunters, and the night is ours. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the like button below and subscribe for more thrilling content. Don't forget to join our community to stay updated on all things Veilborn Studios. See you next time.